Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, in this video is going to be a great video. You know why? Because I'm going to be giving you my top 10 favorite plugins / amp sims for metal players here in 2021. Let's get into it, shall we? So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name's Ray. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube, and I've been looking forward to doing this video, man, because not only are amp sims and plugins just getting better and better, but it's always fun for me to tell you my own personal opinion about what I like and, you know, what is cool and what I think is sincerely a great plugin for the genre that we like, that is hard rock and or metal. Real quick, I just have to say, before we get into this list, if you're brand new to my channel or you're a returning viewer and have yet to hit that subscribe button, be sure to do so, as I post content almost every single day. And yeah, man, it's just a lot of fun. I love this channel so much. It's my baby, it's my passion. And if you feel compelled to hit that subscribe button at any point in time, I'd really appreciate that. It would make me happy, I guess. All of these plugins have a dedicated video for each of them, minus one, which I'll let you know which one it is. But starting off with number 10, we have the almighty STL Tones AmpHub. Now, AmpHub's kind of new still at the time of this filming, but it's like, AmpHub's cool because it creates its own world and its own little mini universe inside of itself. And, you know, every month, STL Tones is adding different amps, cabs, pedals, etc., etc. And they just recently added an EVH in there, so it's certainly geared towards all players, but it does metal tones very, very well. And AmpHub's really cool because it just, like I said, it's just like it's its own entity. It's its own little kind of thing. And it's cool how you can build your own virtual rig. So number 10, AmpHub. Coming in at number 9 is Archetypepliny from NeuralDSP. Now what's cool about this plugin is it's not necessarily geared for metal tones. It does metal very well, but it has a lot of soundscapey and dreamy stuff and stuff that I actually really enjoy. As much as I love heavy stuff and breakdowns and, you know, whatever, I love some soundscapey, dreamy stuff. And I think Pliny was one of the first plugins to do this very, very well. This whole soundscapey stuff is kind of of the norm with plugins, but Pliny, I think, was one of the first to do it. And yeah, man, it's just kind of like a classic now. And, you know, it does everything very, very well, from high gain tones to ambience to leads. It's got you covered. So that's my number 9 pick. Number 8 is the one plugin that I don't have a dedicated video for, and that is the Archetypepliny. Now, at the time when that plugin came out, I was working for a different plugin company, so I couldn't promote it on my own personal YouTube channel, which is totally cool. But yeah, by the time I was able to do a video about it, the hype had long sailed. Anyway, Nolly's great because it does the high gain stuff very well. That's what it's known for, and that's its bread and butter. I love that plugin a lot. I have yet to make a video on it. I don't know if I ever will now. It's kind of pointless. But hearing everybody else's praise and how much, you know, they really enjoy it, I have played it, but just never did it on camera. Anyway, yeah, it does everything great for high gain and metal players. So Nolly is a solid pick for high gain tones. Coming in at number 7 is one of my own personal favorites, is Amped Roots from ML Sound Lab, the signature fluff plugin. This plugin is probably the most, how do I say this, catered towards me, in the sense that it's very, very, very minimalistic. I think you have one cab, if I'm not mistaken, and then you have no clean channels. You just have a gate and an overdrive, and then 4 high gain amplifiers, an EVH, a PV, a Friedman, and a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier. That is the coolest thing for me. It's not trying to be everything to everyone. It's just this is for high gain players, this is for hard rock players, this is for metal players, and you know, now it's your turn to do with it what you will. I love that about Amped Roots, man. It's not trying to be too fancy. It's just kind of just bare bones, minimalistic, straight to the point, no clean channel. It's just sick, man. So, you know, I like that plugin a lot. And, you know, elephant in the room, the obvious, it's Fluff's plugin, and I look up to Fluff, you know, with as a source of inspiration. So it's fun for me to play it because, you know, I know the man behind it, as well as the creator behind it and the owner of ML Sound Lab. So I love Amped Roots. Number 6, this one is a surprise and a sleeper on my list, okay? And it's brand spanking new. Number 6 is the JST, Jeff Loomis Toneforge plugin. Dude, congrats to JST, man. Straight up, this plugin came out of literally nowhere. I had no knowledge of this plugin coming out, and it came out 2 weeks ago at the time of this filming, and dude, it blew my don't want to say my head off, but it blew the doors off of. It's great. That's what I'm trying to say. I couldn't think of a cool analogy. But yeah, man, like, you know, it's just like JST is like one of the pioneers of plugins, and then all these other plugin companies started coming out and pushing the envelope. And then in 2021, boom, JST's back. And you know, the thing I love about it the most is the warble effect, the ability to mix cabs, and it's got another EVH in there. And it's just, it's heavy, it's ambient, it's got sick leads, it's got everything you could ever want in a metal player's plugin, and it's just great, man. It's like the epitome of an updated plugin from JST. It looks like a JST Tone Forge, but it has all the years of plugins becoming better and better wrapped up into a JST package. So I'm super happy for Joey, man. I'm super happy for Jeff. It's a great plugin, and yeah, I love it, man. I really do. I think it's a cool new addition to the plugin world, and you know, things that we can choose to play, you know what I mean? All right, now we're starting to get somewhere. Top 5, here we go. Top 5, Fortn Cali from NeuralDSP. Similar to Amped Roots, it's very simple, very minimalistic. What I like about the Fortn stuff is it's modeling an actual amplifier. One thing that kind of stinks, I shouldn't say stinks, but what am I trying to say? It's cool when a plugin is like, you can clearly tell, for example, it's an EVH. It's got stripes all over it, and you know, it looks like an EVH, but you can't say EVH. What I love about like the Fortn Cali and another one that's coming up here is like, you know, it's modeling a real amplifier. So I think that's cool. Like it's not trying to be like, you know, I don't know, it's not called the Fortn, I don't know. It's not called like the Fortn Mississippi instead of the Cali or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's literally the right. It's literally modeling the real amplifier. Does that make any sense? Am I losing you guys here? All I'm trying to say is I like how it's modeling a real thing, and it's not creating a fake plug-in amplifier. It's modeling a real thing, something that you could actually play in real life. And above all that, Fortn's awesome. It looks killer. That awesome white is beautiful. Fortn's like one of my favorite, if not my favorite, plug-in pedal amplifier company ever. You know, they're just so sick, and they're so supportive of me and what we love. Yeah, so I love the Cali, man. I think my explanation was kind of like weird, but I just love it, man. It's a great plugin, and it's heavy, and it's just everything you could want from something from NeuralDSP and Fortn. Surprise, surprise! Fortn is back with the Fortn Nameless Suite at number 4. This plugin, in my own opinion, changed the plugin game for high gain metal tones. When it came out in mid to late 2018, it was like, whoa, dude, like, what is this? Is something really unique and special, and it is a heavy hitter. And to this day, it is the most unique sounding plugin I've ever played, and it is the most gnarly sounding I've ever played. It sounds nothing like anything I've ever heard in real life or in plugin format. It has this insane jangly clarity, but just insanity all at the same time. It's really tough to tame, it's noisy, it's like gross sounding in the best way possible, and I love it. It's so perfect for a high gain tone, and especially when you're detuned. Anytime I want to use something to like drop F on like one of my baritones, or like for Luna Muerta stuff, dude, like I use the Nameless Suite 10 out of 10 times. It's just so perfect, so clean, so clear, but disgusting and powerful all at the same time. If you have not tried the Nameless Suite, you have to try it out. But I'm sure all of us here have tried it, and I think most of us know what we're talking about right now. So it's still one of my favorites of all time as of right now in 2021, and it is one of the originators for pushing the plugin game in 2018, in my own opinion. Top 3. All right. Number 3. Similar to the Fortn Cali, this plugin is modeling a real amplifier, and that is the Powered by Omega Grandifier. The Grandifier has one of the most unique sounds I've ever heard in a plugin. It's so rowdy and so thick and just chuggy, man. It's the best way I can describe it. It is just so chuggy, and you know, technical terms here, chuggy. But man, it is just so intense and insane and thick and heavy, man. It's just so fun to play with. And you know, again, I'll just say it one more time. Similar to the Fortn Cali, the Powered by Omega Grandifier is a real amplifier in real life. I've played the Iridium, and I've had the Iridium here on the channel. The Iridium now is the Grandifier. It's the same amplifier, just different name, rebranding, renaming. But yeah, that Iridium from somebody who lives locally, let me borrow it, is my favorite tone of all time I've ever had in real life. And the fact that you can get that exact same tone in plugin format is amazing to me. And it's my third favorite plugin. It's one of my favorite tones I've ever come across. And I love the Omega AmpWorks powered by Omega team. They've been really great to me in the past. And yeah, just an insane plugin, and I love it, man. Top 2. Process of elimination. I think you guys can probably guess what one of these is, but my all-time favorite metal plugin just got bumped to number 2 this week. All right, so my number 2 is the STL Tones Andy James. The Andy James is my favorite plugin suite from STL Tones. Obviously, it's number 2, right? It has everything that I could personally want. A really tight EVH, an awesome clean sound, and an awesome lead sound. I've said it several times here, I'm not one to have a whole bunch of bells and whistles and have a million options and option paralysis. I like things to be relatively simple, and the Andy James is relatively simple. There's a lot of stuff built into it, but it's not like otherworldly, and it's not like too much going on. It does what it does very, very well. It knows what it is, and it knocks it out of the park. Great lead, great clean, insane high gain, tight rhythm. What more could you want? You know what I mean? It does all 3 phenomenal, and yeah, it is still one of my favorites. And just until this very moment, well, like last week or like 3 days ago, I guess at the time of this filming, it was my number 1, but my number 1 now belongs to another plugin. All right, so what is my number 1? Well, I think you guys probably know what it is now, right? My number 1 favorite high gain metal plugin is in fact the Archetype Go Zero. Dude, right? Oh my god, right? That thing is insane. Oh man, the insanity and the clarity and the just gain structure with both those high gain amplifiers, the Crunch and the I think it's called Hot, I believe. Man, it sounds like a dying amplifier, but like musical, and it's crazy because that for me, that's like the epitome of what I try to go for. I want to try to create the sickest sound possible and just make it sound as disgusting as possible in the best way, and this plugin does that the best out of anything I've ever heard. It is just so gross and so tight and so mean and just like there's depth to it. There's like, I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how a plugin can have depth and like feel the feel. It feels like the air is moving and it's pumping like a real amplifier. It's so weird and it's insane. It's insane, and everybody loves it because of all these things I'm describing. It's insane how good it is, man. Not only does like the high gain stuff blow you away, but the cleans and the orchestral stuff and the octave stuff and the fuzz stuff, it has so much built into it. It's insane how good it is. It's insane. It sounds like it's dying in the best way possible, but it cleans up so beautifully, and you can create like an orchestra with your guitar all at the same time. All built into this one world. And dude, it blew me away when I first started playing with it. It's insane. Maybe one day it'll get bumped down to my number 2, but I don't know, man. It is just so good. I'll just leave it at that, man. It is an insane plugin. I'm so happy for the Gojira team, for Loathe, for like Lee McKinney, and everybody who has presets built in there. I'm so happy for them. You know, I'm just so happy for this community, this metal community. We have a plugin that's even better than anything we've ever tried, in my own opinion. And it's amazing, and I'm just so excited, and I want to go play with it as soon as I'm done with this video. So everybody, that is my list for 2021 of my favorite high gain amp sims / plugins for metal. At the time of this filming, that's how I truly feel. Whether or not that'll change in the future, it probably will. Things will probably change and shift, but for right now in 2021, that is how I feel about all the amp sims that are available for high gain and metal players like you and I. And yeah, man, it's so fun to see plugins just constantly just changing and evolving and getting better and better. It's exciting to see where it'll be in the next couple years. And every year I'll do one of these videos. But again, as of right now, January 2021, this is my list, and I'm sticking to it. So everybody, that is my list. Those are my favorites. What are some of your favorites? Leave it down below in the comments, and leave me a reason why. I would love to hear your feedback, because, you know, not only is it fun to have you engage with this channel, but also too, it helps me educate myself, and you teach me stuff, and you introduce me to things that I may not have tried yet or may not even be aware about. You know what I mean? So I just appreciate you interacting and just engaging with me, okay? It'll be a lot of fun, and I'll meet you down in the comments, so we'll mix it up, okay? So everybody, that's going to do it for this video. Again, if you're brand new to my channel, you want to consider hitting that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. A huge shout out to all my patrons and everybody watching at home. I love you guys so much. You guys are awesome, amazing, and so fun to hang out with. So I'm out of here. Stay safe, stay metal, and I'll see you guys. Wait. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.